Scott Reule would like to say a few words, and before Scott begins, I would like to say, and this is in your board packet too, when you look at every single season, Ben Logan has come out #1 in our conference in terms of all league, okay? And for us to win this, what, 4 years in a row, is that right, Scott? 3 years in a row, sorry. 3 years in a row, I mean, that says something about, I think, our athletic programs, very, very competitive, and very, very proud of that. I think all of us should be very proud of that. So Scott, you could go ahead and recognize these student athletes.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here to recognize some of our student athletes. We've got 5 athletes that we wanted to bring here tonight to recognize that have achieved a very, very high level of success. 3 of those aren't able to be here because they're on vacation with this thing at this time of year. And I'm still going to go ahead and read just a little bit about all of them to give them proper recognition. So our first athlete we'd like to recognize is Sydney Wesson. Sydney was a junior this year here at Benjamin Logan. She's a girls golfer. She's currently on vacation right now with her family. But throughout the year, Sydney was, if not first place in many of the tournaments that she participated in, she was definitely among a lot of the top golfers throughout the year. To cap off her season, Sydney, along with Coach Wood, obviously was with her, but participated in the OHSAA state tournament this year, which is a 2-day event. And Sydney placed 9th in the state tournament this year. So an excellent accomplishment for her. Again, she's only a junior. The year before, our entire team went. So I foresee her to be there again next year and make 3 trips to the state tournament. A lot of the kids that finished ahead of her graduated. And a lot of those kids she saw at local tournaments throughout the year. So you might have also read recently in the paper, Sydney set the course record, shot a 68 in the Wendy's Classic at Liberty Hills last week. So just an excellent accomplishment by Sydney. So just to give her a round of applause for Sydney. Our next person I'd like to recognize is Cadman Roose. Cadman was a wrestler here at Benjamin Logan this year, also participated in football. But Cadman is not able to be here tonight. Him and his dad are actually dirt biking from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I'm not sure how long that takes, but I would not want to do it. So. But anyway, just a little bit about Cadman. Cadman is, again, just an incredibly hardworking kid. This was his senior year, and I really feel for Cadman from the aspect as well as some of our other wrestlers. His junior year, there was no state tournament. If you remember, right when those kids were getting ready to go to state, they chopped the tournament, and that was it, and canceled everything. We went into COVID mode, and I really think we'd be talking about somebody that would be a 2-time state placer. But just this year, Cadman was a sectional champion. He finished 3rd in the district. Our schedule had to completely get revamped, which was tough for him. I say that because with COVID regulations, we weren't allowed to have 20, 30 teams doing an invitational and him compete against some of the best wrestlers that way. So we revamped our schedule and made it a lot of duels, tries, quads, and made them really tough matches kind of for him to help prepare him to get to the state tournament. But Cadman ended up finishing this year 4th place in the state at 285 pounds, and again, just super proud of him and incredible job by him as well as Coach Seeley, as well as coaching him and getting him there. So again, just a round of applause for Cadman. Okay, our next one's girls bowlers, and I've got Erika here with me. Come on up, Coach. So our next person I'd like to recognize is Erika Warren. It's no surprise that our girls bowling program 2 years in a row has had a huge amount of success. And obviously when you have some really good bowlers on your team, that makes that process a lot easier. And Erika is one of those that, last year she had a great year in the postseason, but I don't think didn't quite finish where she wanted in the postseason tournament. This year as a senior, had a great season. Again, numerous tournaments throughout the year where she finished either as first place in the tournament or in the top scores throughout the year. She finished 5th in the state this year in the OHSAA state tournament. She bowled a 609 series. So to break that down for you, that's a 204, a 212, and a 193. And that is on, to try to equate it to anything else, that's on the toughest oil pattern that you're going to face all year as far as as far as bowling, which is incredibly tough. Throughout the year, what did you average, like a 2? So she averaged a 202 throughout the year. So for any of us that try to bowl, like myself, you know how difficult it is to average that. That means if you're going to have a game where you're only going to throw off 160, you've got to have some games where you're throwing 240, 250. So she's had a great career. On top of that, Erika's going to the University of Pikeville next year in Kentucky. And when you go online and learn anything about Pikeville College or the University of Pikeville, it is a really good school in bowling. I had to do some research myself to kind of figure it out. There's really only one division in college bowling. This team competes against Ohio State, Bowling Green, a lot of the top bowling programs around the country, and they finish really, really well. So for Erika to get a scholarship to go to the University of Pikeville, obtain her education, and get to bowl 4 more years is something really special. So really proud of her and Coach Bowling as well. Just a great year for them. And I want to say something again later about this, but again, this bowling team this year, as a group, was 4th in the state, and Erika was 5th. So please give them a round of applause. Okay, our next one is Brady Burry. Brady also is not able to be here tonight. He's in Hilton Head right now with his family. But for those of you that know Brady, Brady is just an incredible athlete all around. I mean, the young man, he's a junior, but he has just a phenomenal skill set and high level as far as what he can do with speed, athleticism, quickness, the ability to jump. He is just a very good athlete. So Brady this year, during the spring, he participated in baseball and track and field, which is incredibly tough to do because to have time to train for one, as well as get to games and practice and everything with the other is really tough. And just a little bit of story about Brady. So this year, our baseball team played in the district finals at Kenton Ridge. And that night that the district finals was going on, Brady had kind of declared that baseball was his primary sport. He would participate in track when he could get there. He went to the baseball game, played the baseball game. The second the baseball game was over, I was presenting awards to our team for the tournament, and they announced Brady's name. And Coach Wilson kind of said to me, he's already got the car and gone to the track meet. So he went immediately from the baseball game, drove to Piqua, got to Piqua early enough to qualify in the 200, but he didn't get there early enough to run the 100. And I really believe had he gotten to run the 100 as well, we'd probably be talking about him placing in 2 sports in the state, or 2 events in the state tournament. So again, just a little about Brady. This year he finished 8th in the state in the 200-meter dash. In the state meet, he ran a 22.87. And additionally, throughout the season this year, he also set the school record with a 22.37 in the 200. So for those of you that aren't track people, that is really fast. So, and he is a heck of an athlete. You know, so many people said to me, why doesn't he choose this or that or whatever? He hit 410, 415 in baseball, stole 17 bases. He's just a really good athlete. So please give a round of applause for Brady. The last young man I've got to recognize here tonight is Devonte Foley. Devonte is a young man that I've had the opportunity to coach in basketball. And we've been, again, just another kid that's a great athlete, very gifted at just what he's able to do, just sheer athleticism. And very excited that he decided to run track this year. We talked him into running track as a freshman, and I think he got probably the bad part of track where it's really cold and rainy and nasty and all that, and he started to really focus on basketball. And then this year, his senior year, he decided this spring I'm going to go out for track again. And I'm really happy that he made that decision. We talked to all of our kids about, you know, be involved, get involved in something, do something, especially when you're a good athlete, because there's the opportunities to really be successful. And I think Devonte got to see that this year in track. He participated in the long jump, the high jump, triple jump in what meets had that, or hosted a triple jump. He obviously throughout the year, many first place, second place, in meets all throughout the year. And he just kept getting better. I think part of it because as you just get into something, you really start learning more and more about it. So as the year got on, he got better and better. And I think Devontae's kind of a gamer to me because when he got to the state tournament, he really kind of performed at his best. So finished in the state tournament, he was second place in the state. He jumped 22 feet, 9.25 inches, and he was actually only a quarter inch off of getting first in the state, which is amazing to me. That, I mean, that's like where you stick the stick in the ground, where you land in the sand. So incredible job by him. That also is a school record. Additionally to that, he also set the school record this year in the triple jump. He jumped 40 feet, 7.25 inches, and just something additional to this that I think is special. Devonte's also going to the University of Rio Grande and will run track there. So I think this shows all those athletes that, you know, go be a part of it, participate, because you never know what's going to happen, and now he's got a chance to go to the next level and get his education. So again, super proud of this young man. Runner-up in the state is pretty incredible, so please help me give a round of applause. I've got just a couple other quick notable accomplishments throughout the year. I'd like to also mention we had a couple school records broken this year. Jace Weichel also made it to the state tournament in the pole vault. Pole vault finished 14th, but during the year, Jace set the school record and jumped 14 feet 7 inches in the pole vault, which again is very incredible. Marshall Jackson also made it to the state. Did not become a state placer, but made it there. He finished 10th in the shot put and 11th in the discus. But Marshall, again, notably, something that's pretty neat, he also set a school record this year in the shot put, throwing 52 feet 6.5 inches. So those are some other pretty neat things. Just to recap the year quickly, again, I've got Coach Bowling here and Erika, but our girls bowling team had a phenomenal year. Finished 4th in the state this year in bowling. They were 5th the year before. And really just to get there and be in the state tournament and get to that final round, we're in the Baker Series, and it goes from 8 teams to 4 teams to 2 to a championship. Once you get into that, really anybody can win. So super proud of our girls bowlers for the year they had. Also, if you look at, as Mr. Shue talked a little bit about earlier, we won 9 conference championships this year in 20 sports that are hosted in the league. So just a quick breakdown, 45% of them we were first, and we got second in 4 of them, which means in 65% of the sports we were either first or second. So I think, as Mr. Shue was saying earlier, it was an excellent year for us. To me, one of the more notable accomplishments, we won 3 sectional championships, but we also won a district championship this year in track, and then we also had 3 district runner-ups. And I was thinking today as I was there in the office, if you go out to the trophy case, Benjamin Logan has had 26 district trophies, period. So whether it's a runner-up or whether it's a championship or whatnot, 26 times we brought home the district trophy, and 4 of those we brought home this year. So if you go from 1970 to now, and you think there's 26 of them that have been won, to get 4 of them in 1 year, it's pretty impressive. So I've got everything listed as far as our teams and how they did. There's 7 teams that had either sectional or district championships this year. So again, it's been a great year athletically. And again, we've got some great kids that work hard and put the time in, and I appreciate all of our coaches for the work and time and commitment that they put into it to help make those kids successful. So thank you for that. The last thing I've got, I'll go a little off script here, but I just like to say thank you to you guys. 14 years ago, I was at the exact same board meeting, I think it was, because it was in the summer, to be hired. And at that time, I didn't think, I guess I didn't think I would be here 14 years, to be honest. I thought I'd probably move on. But my wife and I, we love Benjamin Logan. This is really family to us. We like it. And I've told a lot of people that I'm not leaving because I'm upset or anything like that. It's really just opportunity. So, it's all aboard. Mr. Shue, Ms. Sutoff, I think you have great people here. All of our administrators I've worked with has been great, and I just want to say thank you to you guys. So it's been fun. I will tell you this: going to another school in the conference, obviously it's a bigger school, but I will absolutely always give back to Benjamin Logan, and I will look out for Benjamin Logan as well. Like when we vote for things in the league, I think being at a small school will help me have perspective when we vote for things that the big schools kind of push their way through. So again, I appreciate it. Thank you for everything. I do love it. It's been great, and I just like to say thanks. So thank you. And lastly, Mr. Butler will be great. You've got the right guy. I had written down here to say Kevin will do a great job. I think he's a great hire. He's hard. He works hard. He's passionate about it. He's very knowledgeable, and he'll do great. So, I told him, I know he's nervous, but I told him I was nervous too. So you'll figure it out. I'll be happy to answer questions and help him as much as we can. So again, thank you.
Scott, you're not only an outstanding athletic activities director, or athletic director, whatever you want to say that, but the 14 years I think that you have helped put Ben Logan on the map, your leadership, your oversight of the total athletic program, and you're a class person. You will be missed, and I just wish you nothing but best.
Thank you.